What up, y'all? How's it going? Ben Dean here. Welcome back to Morning Coffee Q&A. This is episode number 3. Got some good questions for this week, so I'm going to get into that here in a second. But first, I'm going to make some coffee. So usually I've been drinking drip coffee lately. That takes a while to make. But today, I got some instant coffee. This is Kanu. Not sponsored or anything. I would love to be sponsored by this brand because I actually really love this coffee. It's like stick coffee, which is a huge thing in Korea. If you ever come to Korea, you'll definitely find out how big of a thing stick coffee is, but it's basically like, I don't know, freeze-dried coffee granules. Not really sure, but they have a bunch of like really bogus brands. Usually they put like way too much sugar or like, you know, cream or whatever, but this stuff is legit Kanu. If you ever come to Korea, I would try this if you like coffee. So that's what I'm drinking today. There's no better flavor or just feeling of a nice hot cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah. Anyway, let's just get into the news. Darcyness asked, "Hi Ben, I'm curious, what is your dream job? Did you have a dream job when you were a kid?" Yeah, of course I had a dream. I think every kid has a dream job, right? When I was really little, probably about 5, I was really obsessed with dinosaurs, so I wanted to be a paleontologist and like dig up old dinosaur bones and stuff. That probably lasted for, I don't know, at least a year or two. It was just an old pipe dream I had back in the day. In high school, I wanted to be some kind of like musician. I got into guitar and drums, and I wanted to be in a band. That was my dream job. Nothing really ever got going with that. I formed a couple little bands, but nothing that really took off at all. And then after high school, literally my mind went blank. Like there's no specific dream job that I had. I just wanted to have a job where I worked for myself. That's all I wanted to do, just be my own boss. And that's still my mindset now. If I could become like a professional sports player or, you know, a professional musician still, I would love to do that, but I just don't think I have the right stuff for that. One other thing that I've had an interest in for a long time is architecture too. If I could become an architect, that's another thing. I don't have the skills for that, but if I could become an architect, I think that would be really cool. I love architecture, just looking at it. I don't know much about it, too much like maths and stuff, but yeah, that would be another thing. But right now, probably in the range of things that are actually feasible, definitely YouTube. To be a successful YouTuber, that is, yeah, that's my dream job, I gotta say. Dedo AM asked me, do you watch animes? I would have to say, no, not really. It's funny though, last night I actually watched an anime movie, Spirited Away. Great movie. But I don't really watch any anime shows, I guess. I think usually when you think of anime, you think of shows and series. I do watch an anime movie every, you know, once every few months, I would say. Recently I watched Your Name, which is another good movie. It's not like that I don't like anime. I like animes. I just don't know what to watch or what to get into. I just don't really watch that many TV shows in general. Actually, I don't really watch any right now. When it comes to the anime shows that I have watched, back in the day, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z after school every day. And then I watched Death Note. That was the most recent one. And I haven't watched any anime shows outside of those really, but I always enjoy watching them. I'm not sure why I don't watch more anime shows or movies. If you have any good recommendations for animes, let me know. Astra Trash asked me, are you still in contact with your biological brother? A lot of you guys are probably curious about this, and I've thought about making a video on this topic, but you know, I thought I would just throw it into one of these Q&As because honestly, not much has happened. Really, nothing has happened in the past 6 months. And I really, on one hand, I wanted to really make a video if something did happen and let you guys know like good progress or whatever with my whole situation. But on the other hand, I really realized that I haven't made a video about this in like 6 months, so a lot of you guys are probably curious and wondering about that. And even if I don't have anything new to say, it's still be good to update you guys, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Like I said, really not much new. I have talked to him probably twice in the last 6 months, just through Kakao Talk. Just sent, you know, messages back and forth, maybe just a handful, like maybe 10 messages altogether. You know, hey, do you have, or how are you doing these days? You know, sorry, I've been busy with this or that. You know, let me know if you have free time and let's meet up. And I don't know why, but I've just been, well, I have been busy, I gotta say. I know I'm not the busiest guy in the world. And, you know, to be honest, I'm not even sure what he's up to these days. The last time I talked to him was for, it was like 2 months ago. And it was just like, hey, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And that was about it. One thing I hate about my personality, it's always been very, I'm like the worst procrastinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't feel like I have to do something quick or like in the immediate future, then I'll just say, okay, I'll do it later. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's kind of been going on here. My thought right now is, yeah, well, I'm going to be in Korea for, you know, for the foreseeable future. If I ever go back to America, you know, before I go back, I'll just hit him up and do that. That's how I am with pretty much everything in life. So yeah, I've just been kind of waiting for him to hit me up and say, hey, let's meet up next week or something. And honestly, I kind of expect he is kind of the same way when it comes to personality. He seems to be kind of laying low and waiting for me to contact him. I mean, that's just my guess. If I think about it, it's kind of, I feel bad about just like kind of laying low like this. So I think that's one reason why I just tend not to think about it. I just kind of push it out of my mind, and then it becomes more and more of a procrastination type of thing. And yeah, obviously I haven't met my biological parents yet. If I did, I would have made a video on it. And you know, that's another thing. I don't want to force myself to do anything that I wouldn't do naturally for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, I gotta make a video. I want to like update everyone, so I should meet them. Yeah, I don't know. I might sound like a little bit, I don't know, just timid about it, and I wouldn't deny that. Just like, I feel like, for me, I just don't have that feeling, you know, like, oh, I need to contact him. And when, I'm not sure if that feeling will, if I'll ever get that feeling. So, you know, I probably should make some kind of goal, like deadline, like, all right, you know, before this date, definitely go try to meet him up again. And yeah, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the whole like biological family thing, yeah, you can check out like my adoption playlist, which I'll leave up here or something. Alright, so next question. Amy Posh asked me, do you like to be out in nature? Do you find it hard to do so there? So this is a really good question, I think, and it's definitely like the grass is greener on the other side type of thing. I do really like nature. I enjoy it a lot. At least that's what I'm feeling these days. When I was younger, I could probably care less for it. I mean, I went on a lot of vacations around the US to different national parks with my family. And in my hometown, I could drive like 5 minutes and get out to some pretty secluded areas. I think it was a mix of just being young and, you know, not caring about nature. I was just like, whatever, you know, it's alright. Out here, yeah, you can't really find that at all. And that's why I'm really starting to miss it a lot more. Hopefully I can go on some kind of trip in the somewhat near future. You know, Korea isn't all city. This whole Seoul metropolitan area is just, yeah, you're not going to find much nature. But if you go outside, you'll find some decent, some woodlands, I would say. I've never really been out there too much, but hopefully, yeah, I really should make a little trip. Maybe sometime in the future, I'll definitely videotape that. Videotape? Who says videotape? I'll definitely film that if I do that. Alright, YOLO asked me, what are things that Korean people find strange about your American habits? This is another good question. I thought about it for a while, and I wasn't really sure how to answer. I asked my girlfriend, and she gave me a couple answers. She said, when it's raining here, especially when it's just a little bit of rain, when it's like, you know, drizzling out, I don't use an umbrella. She still thinks that's really weird. But for me, that's just, you know, American culture. One thing is, everyone has a car, or at least everyone I know has a car. So where I grew up, the longest distance you're going to need to walk in the rain without an umbrella is just like from your house to your car, from the store to your car, across the parking lot or something, you know? So I guess the need isn't really as big as it would be here when you have to walk maybe 10 minutes to get to the nearest subway station or whatever. So I can definitely see why a lot more people use it, especially in Seoul. But a little bit of rain will be coming down, and everyone will be using umbrellas here. I'm like, I'm completely fine without one. And especially if I'm just going to like the convenience store. If I'm gonna go a minute away, even if it's raining hard, I don't need an umbrella, I'll just run there and back. And she thinks that's kind of mental. Another thing with that is like when it's cold out or kind of chilly out, I'll just go out in shorts and a t-shirt or something, especially if I'm just gonna go to somewhere close. And she'll be like, she doesn't understand that. She always has to like bundle up and dress really warm. And I have realized that a lot of Korean people, at least from what I've seen, always dress really warm. In the summer, I'll see people wearing like pants and long sleeve shirts. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's another little cultural difference. Another thing I thought was like sarcasm. Sarcasm is something that I think most Americans understand and use quite a decent amount, but no one in Korea gets it that I've met. They get the concept of it, but they don't understand why you use it, or when you actually do use it, it'll just go right over their heads, even though they do kind of understand the concept of it if you explain to them. Even these days, if I am sarcastic to SJ, she'll be like, huh? Alright, done with my coffee and done with today's questions. I hope I answered some things that you might have been curious about. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. If you have any good anime recommendations, let me know. I like stuff similar to like, I don't know, like, I feel like I left something out. I should have said that, but maybe I didn't say it. But that's just how it goes. That's that life.